Yes, welcome back to the video because we stopped there in 3 marks questions from chemistry from physics. Let's continue. 1 4 is 4 marks questions. Formation of rainbow, and you have to explain twinkling of stars. After that, answer the following questions. 5 marks. One question. Connecting what? Resistors in parallel in a circuit is better than connecting them in series. It's an obvious question. Always it's going to be asked. Why? Explain. Parallel connection, especially domestic circuit, is preferred. Why? Than series. State Joule's law of heating. Explain how an electric bulb works on the basis of this law. You know very well Joule's law of heating is that one, H is equal to I square RT. You have to explain what is H, what is I square, what is R, what is T. That will make the answer. Come to part B, chemistry. The property of carbon atoms to form bonds with other carbon atoms to give large molecule, definitely catenation. And zinc oxide plus carbon gives zinc plus carbon monoxide, that is Zn plus CO. The reactants that are oxidized and reduced in this chemical reaction respectively are zinc oxide plus carbon, zinc and carbon monoxide, carbon and zinc oxide, carbon, you see cobalt, CO small is given, and zinc. You never should take CO, C capital, small o, cobalt. You should never write like that. C capital, O capital, CO, carbon monoxide. So you have to write what is reduced, what is oxidized. Question number 15. When excess of sodium hydroxide is dissolved in the same basic solution, then the concentration of OH ions increases. The concentration of H3O, H3O plus hydronium ions increases. The pH value of the solution decreases. The concentration of OH minus ions decreases. Question number 316, 3 marks questions, 3 ones are 3. Mention any 2 methods of preventing rancidity. 2 methods, 1 mark. Write the structural formula of the ketone having 3 carbon atoms. Aqueous solution of HNO3 shows acidic character, whereas solution of alcohol does not show. Why? Yes, in alcohol there is no dissociation of into ions, whereas HNO3 in water gives ions. Therefore, acidic character cannot be seen in alcohol. Answer the following questions. Observe the following chemical reactions. Answer the questions asked. Compound of hydrocarbon used to tincture of iodine. Tincture anta common kariತೀವಿ, that is tincture iodine. Hot concentrated sulfuric acid, and product is small a plus H2O. Again, second process, small a aromatic nickel under the action of nickel catalyst and hydrogen gas. B is obtained. Question obviously, what is A and what is B? Name the products. That means you have to see the compound of hydrocarbon used in tincture of iodine. What compound is used in preparing tincture of iodine? Then only we will say what is A, what is B. Next, question number 20. Write the balanced chemical equation for the chemical reaction given below and identify the type of this reaction. Yes, balanced chemical equation adukante lead nitrate plus potassium iodide gives lead iodide. and potassium nitrate. So you have to write in the word form it is given, you have to write it in the symbolic forms or equation forms. Give reasons for the following uses of baking soda. As an ingredient in antacids, baking soda ಬಳಸ್ತಾರ ಯಾಕೆ ರೀಸನ್ ಆಂಟಾಸಿಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಗ್ರೀಡಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಟ್ ಬೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಡಾ ವೈ? ನಂಬರ್ 2 is ಬೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪೌಡರ್ ಇನ್ ಬೇಕರೀಸ್ ಬೇಕರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಪೌಡರ್ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ ಏಕೆ? After that, question number 22, 3 marks question, 3 3s are 9. While, yes. Question number, draw the diagram of arrangement of apparatus to show the action of steam on metal and label the following parts. ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಾರಿ ಕೇಳಿದಾನೆ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟೀಮ್ ಆನ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. ಮೆಟಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಪಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಿ ಬರೀ ತೋರಿಸಿ. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಬರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಟು ಲೇಬಲಿಂಗ್. ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ನಂಬರ್ 23. While diluting an acid, water should not be added to the acid, but acid should be added to the water. Why? Beautiful question. ನೋಡಿ, ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ನೇ ವಾಟರ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಸಿಡ್ ಒಳಗೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಹಾಕಬಾರ್ದು. ವೈ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್. Among 1 molar of hydrochloric acid and acetic acid, which of the acid is strong? ನೋಡಿ, ಅಸಿಟಿಕ್ 1 molar ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಕ್ಲೋರಿಕ್ 1 molar. ಎರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್? ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಈಸ್ ವೀಕ್? ಯಾವುದು ವೀಕ್? ಗಿವ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಆರ್ 1 test tube has distilled water and other 2 test tubes have acidic and basic solution. How can the nature of these 3 solutions be identified using red and blue litmus paper? ಅವೆರಡು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ನ ಸ್ವಭಾವನ ನೇಚರ್ ಹೌ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಡಿಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ವಿಶ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ರೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ಲೂ ಲಿಟ್ಮಸ್. ಡಿಫೈನ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಐಸೋಮರ್ಸ್, ಎಸ್ಟರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್, ಮಿಸೆಲೆಸ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಮಿಸೆಲೆಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್? ನೇಮ್ ದಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಕಾರ್ಬನ್ and write its molecular formula. What is substitution reaction? Write its molecular formula. ಯಾವುದ್ರದ್ದು molecular formula? simplest hydrocarbon ಯಾವುದು? simplest hydrocarbon CH4, methane. Molecular formula CH4. Structural formula you can write that one. What are oxidizing agents? Yes. 11th main, answer the following questions. 1 4s are 4. Show the formation of magnesium chloride by the transfer of electrons. MgCl. ಹೇಗೆ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್. ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿನೇಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೋಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಯೆಂಟ್ metals present in solder metal or solder metal? Solder, very important. Alloy. Solder is an alloy. Why is solder metal used for welding electrical wires? So this is chemistry part. Now let's go to part C, biology. Yes, in biology you will have again MCQ 2 marks for 2 MCQ questions. The second trophic level of a food chain consists of second trophic level ಅಲ್ಲಿ producers, herbivores, secondary consumer, primary carnivores. ಯಾವುದಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಯಾವುದರಲ್ಲಿ? second trophic level ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Next question, if a trait is appeared in the progenies of many generations, then that trait must be. If a trait is appeared in the progenies of many generations, then the trait must be. Many generations ಅದೇ trait ಬಂದರೆ ಡಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್, ರೆಸಿಸಿವ್, ಅಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್, ಇಂಟರ್ಮೀಡಿಯೇಟ್. ಪದೇ ಪದೇ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ Definitely, what is that? Answer the following questions. 3 ones are 3. Stomata of leaves facilitate the transportation of water through xylem. Yes, stomata mulkane sadhi. But justify your answer. Vegetative propagation can be considered as a boon to the farmers. How? Vegetative propagation, a boon to farmers. Definitely. How? Father alone is responsible to determine the sex of a child. Why? XXXY theory. Answer the following questions. 3 2s are 6. Question number. Stomata of leaves facilitate the transportation of water through xylem. After that, you know that. Mention the needs for the separation of non-biodegradable wastes in the waste management. Waste management question. Separation of non-biodegradable management is the need of the hour. Definitely. Ella kasa mix ಮಾಡಿ. That's threat. Dangerous. Draw the diagram to show the germination of pollen on stigma and label the pollen tube. ನೋಡಿ, germination of pollen on stigma. ಆಮೇಲೆ pollen tube ನ ಬರೀರಿ. 33rd question. Name the process that take place in the part labeled as B in the structure given below. What is the significance of this process? One figure is given and one part is given as B. You have to write it. Answer the following questions. 3 3s are 9. Draw the diagram to show the structure of the human brain and label the following parts. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಚಿತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆರೆಬೆಲ್ಲಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಸೆರೆಬ್ರಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆರೆಬೆಲ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಾನ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ರೌಂಡ್ ಯೆಲ್ಲೋ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ capital RR, capital YY producing pea plant is crossed with wrinkled green seeds. Wrinkled green small RR, small YY producing pea plant. Write the checkerboard to show the results obtained in the F2 generation of this cross. Checkerboard bardu F2 generation bartakanta this one you have to write. What is the phenotypic ratio of the plants produced in F2 generation? Phenotypic kelidane. So R. Instead of this, you can write the pea plant capital TT is crossed with dwarf, that is small tt. What kind of plants will be produced in F1 generation? Draw a checkerboard. Mono hybrid cross. To show the results obtained in F2 generation when pea plants of F1 generation are self-pollinated. Good old question, book kalide. What is the phenotypic ratio of the plants produced? Next, reflex arcs are considered as more efficient for quick responses. Justify reflex arc. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರು ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೇಲಿದೆ, ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಓದ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್. ವೆನ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ರಿಸೀವ್ಸ್ ಲೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ then the plant appears to bend towards that direction of light. Analyze the reason for this response. Phototropism. Hauda? Verify. Answer the following questions. 2 4 8. Mention the type of blood vessels in the human body and write one function of each. Blood vessels. Type S2, use of one function of each. What is double circulation? Double circulation, you know that. What is the role of testis and prostate gland in human male reproductive system? Testis and prostate gland significance ಅಥವಾ role ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. Yes. How does an embryo get nutrition from mother's blood? Is that pleasant? Explain. Or yes. What are the different methods of contraception followed in human beings? Contraceptions followed in human beings. Mention one difference between fragmentation and regeneration. Fragmentation and regeneration, sexual reproduction. You have to explain all this. So that is the end of biology. With this, I have come to second part of the earlier video, end of the second part of the earlier video, because here we have discussed both chemistry and biology. In the earlier video, we have discussed about first part physics. With that, I think we have discussed almost 5 papers, including state level preparatory. Hope you will use these videos as just a booster dosage to your already prepared content in the mind. Definitely, I hope these videos will be helpful to you. And again, I will tell you, don't have any hesitation or fear to go and write science examination today, because most of you will never should think the paper will be applied, paper will be difficult, higher questions will be asked. Like that, never think. Definitely, I believe you will support my YouTube channel by forwarding to your friends, sharing, liking, and very importantly, making more and more subscriptions. Okay, let us meet after some time. Come with me, join hands in learning, education, and also human values. See you. Have a nice day. Come, whatever. Be careful.